go.
I've been waiting all day for this excitement.
Can't wait. Here we go.
So it looks like we've got an Atlas, a Cataphract, a Jaeger mech, and a fire starter on Drunken Samurai.
And on the Canadian Expeditionary Force, it seems like it's a Jaeger, a Catapult, and 2 Cataphracts. And it is a Gauss K2 that they're fielding.
It's an interesting build on this hill, yeah. 2 medium pulses, 2 ultra AC5s, and the shotgun LB10. Haven't seen that before. Most people either go with the murder Mets build or the shotgun murder Mets.
I see a lot of what I was talking about earlier. Instead of LRMs, I think we were actually more likely to see a lot of Gauss rifles and DFS, like direct fire support mechs, and that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, a lot of people on this side are Gauss rifle mechs, and we've got all 3 of their mechs have Gauss rifles for Drunken Samurai.
Now, on Canadian Expeditionary Force, English, they're kind of leaving Derby Don behind. He's their sniper mech. He's in the K2 with dual Gausses. He was pegging the enemy Atlas on their team, but I suppose he realized he was getting behind by his own team. I think, do they have a light there on the enemy team there, Red Cell?
They have a fire starter.
Yeah, he spotted the fire starter and he decided to back off before he got chewed by them.
Yeah, it looks like Drunken Samurai is heading up all the way to F2. Which is this little, did a complete circle.
What do your eyes see, Army?
I actually do not know where
You can't find him?
Well, yeah, I found Canadian Expeditionary Force.
You were actually just looking at Hidden or Drunken Samurai. Drunken Samurai is at the big lake right now, or they're getting close to it.
Canadian Expeditionary Forces holding Foxtrot 4 and 5 right by the lake.
Oh wait, actually I was wrong.
Yeah, I was like, this is
Yeah,
Canadian
no,
Expeditionary Force. Where's
You're right, yeah. Drunken Samurai is heading up behind them. Go ahead and switch to spectator mode if you need to find them. Or switch to in pilot view.
Probably a good idea. Shot a hit.
Now Mad Cat just spotted Drunken Samurai's what is this? Fire starter.
Yeah, they're all lined up, but it looks like Canadian Expeditionary Force is kind of all out in the open. We'll see.
They seem to be trying to get a firing line.
I gotta say, it's something special when you sneak up on the spectator.
Yeah.
Now what's happening right here reminds me of what happened, I think it was in your match, Red Cell, where the enemy team's Ember or Firestarter got way too overzealous and just went ahead of his team and started poking at you guys.
Yep. Oh, Gauss rifle down round. Down. And they're all taking cover. They're putting out Gauss rounds at open targets. I mean, the K2 he just pegged is like out in the open.
They also took one to his right torso. He's trading shots with the Atlas, who also has a Gauss rifle.
Seeing some players with advanced zoom as well.
It's a very useful module, which makes me wonder what modules did they bring if they brought. What's it called?
I'm wondering
Radar
if anyone. Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone also changed their targeting modules or targeting systems. Or use
I got the command console.
Yeah. I doubt it though.
Well, this K2 is getting absolutely slammed by the Drunken Samurais.
Kevster's pounding him with those Gauss rifles.
He's got to be careful. He's this 3D has no jump jets, so he has to be careful when he wants to trade shots.
Yeah. It looks like Drunken Samurai has really good cover and they have the high ground.
And this Ember just
the
has...
K2 already has he's open CT now.
Oh wow, he'll have to be real careful whenever he wants to get a shot off.
Yeah, he needs to sit back.
EAS on Canadian Expeditionary Force is shooting, but the extended hitboxes of the terrain are absorbing the shots. Probably infuriating.
Oh, good news for all you listening. Look, it seems like PGI will be looking at the hitboxes over every single map now that clans have launched. So, good news there.
That's definitely good news because I will tell you, first-hand experience, I rage quite hard when, especially on
Outreach.
Manifold. That's the biggest perpetrator.
All
That
right,
is the
looks like
biggest freaking
Drunken
perpetrator.
Samurai is headed up to a different position. They're about to push in. It looks like they're pushing up a little bit up into the hill. They're trying to get
kind
a
of
better
overextending
position.
themselves. Derby Dawn and
Well,
ES
if they
are
move
staying
forward
behind.
any farther, they can get pincered pretty hard by the Canadians. Oh, what's he doing way out there? This
The Atlas and
cataphract of the
the
Canadian.
cataphract on the enemy team are focusing on their friends. ES is trying to cross, but now he's getting focused by all their the enemy team.
Hey, Army, look in cockpit view for now. See if we can find them. Yeah, we're trading shots back and forth. They're spread out. CEF is pretty spread out.
CF has left behind Derby Dawn. He's now getting pegged by the enemy Ember. Any minute now, he's gonna go down.
Although all the rest of them have really, really good.
And Derby Dawn goes down. This is the price you pay for leaving a teammate behind.
Well,
And
down
there goes Mad Cat.
Going down. This is like we expected. It's a pretty tough match for them.
Oh, ES already has an open CT. And they run into the enemy at and so it begins.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
They take off the Atlas's ballistic torso and now start focusing on the cataphract.
Lloyd Christmas goes down.
Heat level critical.
Well, that goes.
And
There's the S, and that's the
Lux
game.
goes down.
All right, then that's one for Drunken Samurai.
The cataphract rolling down the hill. Not a single casualty for the Drunken Samurai. And one has to wonder, have they actually been drinking tonight?
All right,
Very
then
well.
I'm gonna go ahead and head down there, and we'll get started. We'll get them a talk, and they will switch sides and get 10 minutes to switch up their mechs. Rock, if you want to head down into CEF to tell them that.
Roger.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
All right. So I think just because the spectator mode is kind of hard to use right now, we can't tell who anyone is. I think we'll probably just have to stick with this pilot view.
Okay.
Like, we'll pick like one or just pick one mech and stick with them for a while.
Well, I can go from team to team, even inside mech view, so I don't have to jump out or jump around or anything like that.
Yeah, I would just like stick with mech view for a little bit and just stick with them. Like stick with one.
once the battle gets going, we'll go ahead and switch to mech view.
Yeah. All right, they have 10 minutes to get everything.
User was moved to your channel.
Changed. I mean, you know, like it's kind of a tough match for CEF. I mean, we've got to see how they're going to change up their strategy. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll get a lot of people rooting for both sides, but it really was their downfall. Was they got stuck in that one position where there's no cover and they're down in the lower side of that area. So
I
Drunken
feel
Samurai
perhaps that they wanted to hunker down there, but as they saw that Drunken Samurai wanted to perhaps push on them, they felt the need to move, and that is where their downfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, once ES just sort of went out in the open, trying to cross over between the two sets of cover, as kind of the end of him. He took all the fire from the Drunken Samurai, but he didn't really have much choice because him and the K2, they were, well, both the Canadians were completely split down the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just a matter of not getting spread out and finding a good place to get some cover.
They
You know,
also
we
have to
made
be
something.
mindful of the hitboxes of the terrain. Many rounds are absorbed by the terrain on both ends.
I mean, yeah. That's really what it comes down to is like how much experience they have on a map, and you know, I mean, if they can change their strategy up, then we may see something different here.
I'm also surprised no one brought lerms.
You know what? Now the more that I think about it, I was starting to think about it last night. And, I mean, if you on this map, there's huge firing lines for you just to use those DFS mechs that can put a lot of fire down the line, down those lanes. That LRMs, you kind of have to get a good target before you can do that.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure. But I mean, like we were saying though, I mean, these guys know each other. They play together. They know each other a little bit more. They know how each other work. They don't they're not necessarily competitive players, but they do play together with some other groups and just kind of play for fun. So I mean, that you can kind of see that coming into play here. I think some of them just simply have a much higher knowledge of the map and their situation.
Yeah. Map knowledge is a crucial thing to have. You got to know, what's the best place to hide at. What's the most defensible position, where you could execute certain movements like pincer movements and the like. It all boils down to tactics and map knowledge.
It looks like your quality is too good.
Yeah, too good for
We're having
sneaky.
trouble.
What? This too good for you?
But yeah, I mean,
Good
I
for
think
you.
for the camera, just try to keep from switching between mechs too much, and just sort of sit sort of low on the battlefield. Don't zoom out too much because those mechs blend right into the texture.
Oh yeah, and I
Especially
mean,
without those
technically,
tags.
that's what they're supposed to do. That's what camo does.
I know, but
It's doing its job.
I think we'll stay low to the ground so we can see them. I think we let's see. Got a little bit more time. Looks like CEF is playing around with their builds a little bit.
What can we do? What can we do?
I'm not sure if they're actually going to do this. Okay,
I
no,
want
he
them
was
to
joking.
succeed.
Okay. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
they brought something funny.
well, I mean, look at their tonnage right now.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look at that
I don't think
tonnage
they're
I
being
wonder.
serious.
All
stream.
locusts?
Wait, I can't see the tonnages because I'm not in lobby.
Oh, well,
Right now
there's-
it's 205, not counting red sails, 30 tons represented.
yeah, they're just joking. They just put it like that just to joke around with me, and they know that they're inviting the other team, so
Ooh,
But,
oh yeah, have a mech loaded in. That's not your primary mech, so they don't know.
Hey,
what to bring.
Raka, get rid of command. There you go.
There we go.
And don't ready up until we're all green. And then yeah, so we've got one victory for Drunken Samurai. They are the group from Archive Legions. They do play together a little bit, casually maybe, but they do play together. And then we've got CEF, a Canadian Expeditionary Force, a group of guys who just like to play together. Some of them just met just for the tournament, so they've got a couple fans simply because of the underdogs. But I mean,
Commentators
really,
not being one of them, of course. What are you talking about?
No, I can't.
Maintaining professional.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm stating the facts, though. Some people do, but in all seriousness, no. Like both teams are both really cool people, and we're really glad to have everybody here. So I'm really hoping to see a good match in this one. So I think we'll get started soon.
So when did they get out of match? Like what time?
Sorry.
Or how long has it been since they've been out of match?
It's been about 5 minutes, a little bit more. They're about ready. They're just setting everything up.
Okay, just let me know.
It just boils down to you and me getting ready, Ritzo.
Okay. They're ready. The Team 2 needs to take company command. Alright, so no. Are you green on your side, Raka?
All green. Super green.
Alright, we're all green then. Alright, we are hopping into game now.
Round
Game is
2.
launched. This is game 2.
And I'm in.
We're in
Fight!
game 2, round 2 between Canadian Expeditionary Force and Drunken Samurai Hidden Dragon. We've switched sides. It looks like CEF has changed up their mechs a little bit. They're running a little bit lighter this time, actually.
And here on Drunken Samurai's end, it seems they have switched the Raven, the Firestarter part for a Raven 3L.
With ECM, I can only assume.
Yep. Well, a quick glance. Yes, they have. Raven has ECM as well as the DDC, but I think the rest looks the same. The Jaeger, the DDC.
I mean, this is a
Cataphract.
risky move for Canadian Expeditionary Force. They're undertunned for this. I mean, they've got a.
They're running a Highlander, a Jaeger, a Cataphract, and a Spider.
Yeah. So.
Why are they running a Spider instead of a Raven if they're undertunned?
Well, I mean, you know, we could see a lot of damage output for Spiders too. We'll see. It may just be a matter of what mechs they own, because these are casual gamers.
And we already have contact coming from the Atlas of Drunken. What is this Atlas doing all the way out?
The Drunken Samurai Hidden Dragon is taking pot shots at their Highlander.
Well, Canadian Expeditionary Force is already on the ridge. They're all just bunkering up in the ridge. I don't know how well that's going to play out for them, but we'll see. It's super hot up there. They're already at 16% heat, and they can get attacked from any side.
Conreg and his Raven 3L running a very supportive role. Tag, Narc, ECM, Medium Laser, and his Streak SRM2. Most interesting.
New target acquired.
Curious, however, how effective the Narc or Tag is, because the only one with missiles here besides Conreg is Shakadet, and he only has triple SRM2s.
Target acquired.
I mean, both teams seem to have really loadouts that they've done purposely. I mean, I'm curious why they would do this for an undertunned after that loss. Pretty risky, but they took the high ground immediately, so they did learn their lesson. But at the same time, they could get attacked from any direction.
and it seems
Yes,
like they
in their
might.
attempt to take the high ground, they were shot at already.
Yeah, the drunken samurai are already rotating around E3 and E4 behind where they were attacking initially.
Yeah, it seems like they're keeping track of where the enemy is, even without a scout. They're predicting where they're at pretty well. We've already seen shots fired off. Canadian Expeditionary Force is actually dealing out a lot of damage.
Well, whenever you're set up on this high ground, whenever one person pokes their head up, you just smack it down with an AC-40 Jaeger.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mack.
Shot at he was poking, but his shots were not connecting. The low slung arms of the Atlas are betraying him.
Yeah, I mean, but really, the issue here, I mean, in a 12-man, this would be a bigger issue, but in a 4-man, it's still an issue where they could easily split up and
Take them from two sides.
They could take it from multiple sides, exactly.
Yes, they have a very defensible position here.
Yes.
As soon as one from Drunken Samurai Hidden Dragon pops up, they all focus on that one target Canadian Expeditionary Force does, and they wear him down.
Yeah, they're calling targets.
Already critted open left side torso in his Raven.
And Drunken Samurai continue to just play ring around the rosy here. This is something that I didn't think that I would see from a 4-on-4, but I suppose they're thinking, well, we'll go ahead and try to get the drop on them from another angle. But
yeah, that's the goal. I mean, keep movement, keep them guessing where they're at. I mean, it's the same thing that happened during Team Dev Hacks. Bombadil was saying that they couldn't find him, and there's so much going on in their heads when they can't find him. There's so much fear and trying to keep a level head and trying to make sure your forces don't get too spread out and worried, and they keep their cool and they're able to find a target and call it whenever it appears.
Well, the difference here is that Team Dev Hacks was actively looking for the enemy, like moving around the map. Here, they're just sort of waiting for the enemy to show their face, and then they're smashing it with a hammer.
Yeah, CEF is getting antsy, and they're deciding to push out a little bit, checking for the enemy. Derby Dawn is looking around.
Well, they know where they are. They've been trading shots, so it's not like they're completely.
Well, I was looking
in the
at
dark.
I was looking at the stream, and it looks like they have moved from a different position from where CEF actually thinks they are. CEF is looking in the opposite direction.
Army, can you get some eyes on CEF now?
Yeah, I'm switching back and forth. They're going towards that D5 ridge opening, and they know where they are.
There's contact.
They're taking pot shots at each other now. Drunken Samurai finds himself in a position where CEF was last game. They are holding a spot. It's the lower ground. Canadian Expeditionary Force now has the higher ground, but will they use it to their advantage is the question.
Yeah, looks like the Cataphract is out in the open and exposed on Drunken Samurai. Wow, CEF is pretty committed to their position, but Derby Dawn is crit CT, and he is in the Cataphract. And his Cataphract has 2 large pulse lasers and 2 AC5s. We see a lot of lasers on this map. Oh, and IS is down in AC. Wow. Oh, Derby Dawn goes down.
Was that a headshot or a CT?
I wasn't looking at him whenever I saw it. I just saw his face.
It looks like a CT just from the damage on his mech.
Yeah.
There goes the first kill.
Yep. EOS is in the, or IS, I'm probably butchering that name. It's in the Jaeger mech, but he only has 1 AC-20 left. And he has AMS, but nobody brought LRMs.
Nobody brought LRMs.
So CEF is down 1 man. But I would imagine Drunken Samurai is pretty beat up.
Conrad admits in team chat that he brought the wrong Raven for this game.
Oh.
Well, he brought a Raven with SRMs, so...
Yeah. He blames the beer.
Oh, the spider.
So they have been drinking. Okay. Condition 1 met.
But One Leg Christmas is jumping up, trying to get some shots on him with his ER large laser. He's in the spider, but he didn't get any shots landed. They're still holding their position. But the problem here is Drunken Samurai doesn't have to move. I mean, we're at 7 minutes and 52 seconds, and Drunken Samurai doesn't have to move. If they stay where they're at.
Yeah,
Very
they're up
keen
a
and
kill when
intent on holding their position now.
once time runs out, they're up a kill. They win the match,
Yeah.
even if everyone hasn't died on Canadian Expeditionary Force. They're down a man.
Yeah. I wonder if if that is even crossed their mind, because it doesn't look like they're even trying to do pot shots. They're hoping the enemy is going to push on them, but Drunken Samurai won't do that. They don't have a reason to do that.
I think they are very content if things stay the way they are. They're very content at just holding this position and staying alive. Why risk yourself if the enemy's not going to move? You already have a kill. If time goes out and no one makes a move, you win. No risks have to be taken now.
Mm-hmm.
They are now forcing Canadian Expeditionary Force to play the hand they are dealt. Get a kill and force a draw, or try and push us and get more kills.
Doesn't look they want to do that though.
It doesn't look like the Canadian Expeditionary Force really wants to do anything. I don't think this Highlander has moved in, 3 minutes? Oh, there he moved.
I mean, if they don't move and do something drastic, we may see another shutout. We're at 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, the Highlander for the Canadians is sort of poking around the corner here, seeing if they can get visual on the Drunken Samurai.
I can't help but wonder if it's the thought has even crossed their mind. I'm sure it has, but if they lose, if the match ends with one down, they'll lose.
Well, I gotta say, I have
very cautious.
I think they know though that if they do push, that's a huge risk. So they're hoping.
Yes,
well, the Drunken Samurai are pushing right now.
Yeah.
Up around from behind. Behind where the Canadians thought.
Because personally, I wouldn't have pushed. I'm very content on just holding the spot. I've already killed
Samurai, one of them. I think they just want a good match. They're putting pot shots out, but they're spread out pretty far.
Oh yeah, it's always good to give the viewers a good brawl. It'd be very boring to stare at Max sitting down for a whole 7 minutes.
And the Drunken Samurai's cataphract is moving forward a bit, but it seems
Mad
that...
Cat is crit CT. He is cherry red. He's in that Highlander. He can go down at any second.
Kativ is focusing on, I think it was...
And the Jägermech goes down. And the Highlander goes down.
Well, folks, this match is pretty much decided.
I don't know. Spider might pull a hat trick.
he is still
not exactly. Yeah, he's kind of being chased by a raven, but this isn't gonna end well for him.
Most interesting decision on their end.
He loses a leg and shuts down. He is down.
Well, that's one.
That's game. Winner. That's set. That's match. Round 2 goes to the Drunken Samurai Hidden Dragon.
GG. Of course, I crash right after the game ends.
Don't worry, Red Sail.